good afternoon, everybody. How are you? I hope you are having an amazing week so far. And I've been getting this question a lot lately, so I thought I would come on and share with you all what to do when you're first starting out, because it can be confusing when you're like trying to put yourself out there but you don't have testimonials yet. And how do you get testimonials? How do you build that rapport? Those are all things you've got to do when you're starting a business, right? Because you've got to build your confidence, get clarity on what you're doing so that others want to work with you and that they're confident that you can provide the benefit that they need in order to make the transformation you're taking them through, or whatever your service is, that you can help them get that tangible result that they need, right? So what do you do when you're first starting out and you don't have any testimonials? So first, let me ask, you should be doing something, whatever if you're in coaching or consulting, or if you're a service-based industry, what you're working on should be something in the realm of your experience. So you should have experience in it somewhere, right? So you don't just go out and start, I teach people how to start their business. I didn't start out that way. I had to go learn how to start a business first. I had to do the research. I had to get, accreditable before I did that. Where, you don't go out and start doing career coaching without knowing what you're talking about. So first, I want to make sure that you're in the business that you are really an expert in. If you're an expert in it, it means you've done it in some form or capacity in another way before you started this business. So one of the ways that you can go out and get testimonials and get people to speak up for what you did is find similarities in what you're doing now in your current business and what you did in the past. So finding that similarity and asking people that you've worked with or that have been colleagues or peers, or they've been your direct reports or even your managers in the past, people that have experienced a form of what you're doing. Doesn't have to be in the exact same format that you're doing it now, but in some way. So, let's just use, you're a career coach and you're trying to help people with their careers and help them advance and help them, move forward. Well, what have you done in your past that corresponds with that? It may not be every component of it, but maybe you've mentored somebody who you were able to help them get clear on what their next career path is. Maybe you have done some career counseling. Maybe you've done some resume reviews. Maybe you've done LinkedIn profile updates. Get some testimonials from people that have worked with you on components of what you do right now. So it doesn't have to be the whole thing. Start off with what you've done, because you've had to have done some components of what you're doing now. Also, think about just from a credibility standpoint. Can somebody speak to your work ethic? Can somebody speak to your ability to help somebody through a transformation? Can somebody speak to how you have helped them in the past or helped someone else in the past get over an obstacle? So you want to think about those people that you've helped, you've served, that have been influenced by what you've done in the past, and ask them to write you a testimonial that relates to what you helped them with. Don't, I'm not telling you to go out and like sabotage. Well, I don't mean sabotage, is not the right word, but, put words in their mouth about making it specific to what your current program is. But the credibility of who you are, what you've done for them, what you've done in the past is credible. Like, those are things you can start with. And so if LinkedIn profile is key. Like, one of the things I always tell my clients, like, if you want to get a testimonial, go give somebody else a recommendation. So on LinkedIn, go, recommend 10 people that you feel would be also good recommendations for you. Give them a recommendation first, and then ask them for the reciprocal. So don't just expect people to, say good things about you without you first giving and you first putting yourself out there to share what you thought about them and what you've helped them with. So that's one of the ways you can go out and get some testimonials. Another thing is work for some people for a very low cost start. Your first few clients should be people that you're kind of working through your process with. Because if you haven't done this from beginning to end, you don't know necessarily what that looks like. So you tell them, this is a pilot program. I want to take you through this. I want to, bring you to this point, and this is the result that we're going to get for you. And when we get there, in reciprocal for that, I would appreciate a testimonial and have them write you a testimonial. And when you're first starting out, you may want to do that early on. So you don't want to do like a 6-month program with someone and wait 6 months to get a testimonial. You need to get them some small results first. Maybe it's after a few sessions, or maybe you just do an intensive with them to get them some really big results initially, and then have them give you feedback on that. So those are a couple ways you can go out and get some testimonials right away. Some ways that you can also reciprocate and help other people get some things out on their social media by giving them recommendations. Think about who else's Facebook business page you could go make a post on and say, this person inspired me in this way, and this is how they have helped me. Don't just be one who's going out and asking for something, but also go out and give. It's a reciprocal process when you're getting started, and you need some of those testimonials and referrals and things coming in so that people can see what you're doing, so that people can see the results that you're getting with your clients, so that people can see how much benefit it is to work with you and how amazing you are at what you do. So if you have people in your past, go out and ask them, first maybe give them something that they need in reciprocal for that. And then ask them, would you be willing to provide a couple sentences on what it is? And so a couple key points to this. So when you're asking for a testimonial, you want to have them kind of go through this process of thinking about what were they struggling with before they started working with you, or before they met you, or before, if it was somebody you've worked with in an organization before they worked with you in that capacity. What were they struggling with? What are 2 to 3 things that they have been able to achieve or overcome since working with you? So you want to be specific in what you're asking them. What have they been able to achieve and accomplish? And get that in their mind so that when they're giving you the testimonial, it is very clear that they are saying, Lisa helped me get through XYZ, and this is what we did, and this is how is your life better because of that? That's one of the questions you should be asking. How is your life better because of working with me? How has your life changed because of working with me? So those are the kind of questions you want them to ask. You want to ask them to respond to when they're thinking about giving you a testimonial. So I hope that helps. I want you to get out there and think about at least 3 people this week that you can ask for a testimonial or a referral. So who are 2 or 3 people that you can go out that you have had an impact on in some way in your life that relates to your current business? Who are they? What can you ask them to provide you as a testimonial? Maybe it's a reference to your integrity. Maybe it's a reference to work you've done with them in another capacity. Maybe it is in reference to work you've done with them currently. And if you are at that point where you are just getting started and still trying to work with clients and don't necessarily have a lot of clients or don't have any yet, then think about who you want to work with, who you can offer this pilot program with, so that you can get some testimonials and do a shorter term program with them so that you can get them some momentum, get them a shift, get them a change, get them a result that they need. So I hope this was helpful for you all today. I know I've been getting this question a lot, and I just wanted to share it with you all. And drop me a comment below and tell me what you learned during this and who you're going to go out and ask for those testimonials. See you later.